What's going on, guys? Car Review Guys here. My name is AJ, and this week we have the 2024 Mercedes-Benz CLE300. So, if you are new to my channel, this is a little bit different. We're going to start this video in the garage. So we're going to do just a quick exterior walk around. We're going to go to the interior. And during that exterior walk around, we're going to just kind of go through stats, figures, stuff like that. And then towards the end of the video, that's where we're going to take it on a drive. Generally, I start this all outside. However, the summer has been so hot in Arizona, my camera overheats, and I have to, it literally overheats in like 5 minutes of filming, and then I have to sit there and wait. My garage, meanwhile, is 70 degrees because it is temperature controlled. So we are going to start this in the garage. Next video is going to be 5 things to love, 5 things to improve every single vehicle, every single week. Over 20,000 subscribers. Thank each and every one of you. We're actually only a few away, I think, from like 21,000 now. So again, thank you guys. So without further ado, let's roll the cinematic and then let's get right to some of the stats figures. Let's roll. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that cinematic. So let's start with some of the stats on this vehicle. So the CLE is a mild hybrid. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder pushing 255 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. Transmission is a 9-speed automatic. All-wheel drive is the drivetrain, or in Mercedes-Benz terms, 4-matic. The curb weight is coming in at 3,924 pounds, which is going to be putting this 0 to 60 in roughly 6 seconds. MPG is 24 city, 34 highway, combined average of 28. Gas tank size is 17.4 gallons. And then vehicle dimensions, this is a standard 20-foot garage, so it is 15.9 feet. The width is around 6 feet and ground clearance is about 5 inches. The pricing on this starts at $56,500 and the tester today behind me is $67,090. That is including the destination charge. Some of the things you may or may not notice from pictures, just because they are subtle, but once you get up close, it's kind of cool. So all of these are all Mercedes-Benz emblems, and then even in the plastic, there's Mercedes-Benz emblems as well. So if I actually get just a little bit closer, you can probably see that very clearly now, and then even in the plastic, you can see it very clearly now. You can see parking sensors down here. There is a camera right there in the middle. We have the LED high performance headlamps. You can kind of see the label right there, hopefully. Yeah, super, super bright at night. And honestly, the other good thing about doing this in the garage is you can see the interior lighting whenever we get to the interior. No one does it better than Mercedes-Benz at this point in time, in my humble opinion. I think their interior lighting is absolutely incredible, or ambient lighting, whatever you guys want to call it. It looks really, really good at night, but in the garage, like, we can kill just like one light or leave it. It doesn't matter. It's super bright, so you'll really like it. Now, continuing on around, I just want to show some of the little finer details. Again, you can kind of see right there, Mercedes-Benz emblem, Mercedes-Benz. So there's just little details that are really, really cool to see. It does have a 360 camera, and you can see some more cameras here on the mirror. Continuing on, keyless entry, obviously. Lock button is right there. Hopefully you can see it. And this paint is really, really cool. It is gloss, but there's certain pictures, like maybe even the thumbnail, it looks almost matte in just some of the pictures. I don't know why. I don't know why some of the lighting makes it turn that way. That's not me editing it or anything. So it is a really, really cool color. Checking out the wheels down here. They are equipped with Continentals, and the size is going to be located right there for you, which is a 275/35/19. As already mentioned, there are parking sensors all the way around, even back here kind of on the side of the vehicle. That's not something that, I mean, and it's really subtle. Like I don't even know if you can hardly see it from here, but as you get closer, you can see it, but really, really well done and hidden, to be honest. Looking in the back, there is dual exhaust. I think it looks really good. I'm a big fan of that. Don't know if I'm a fan of these little guys. I'm gonna guess that's a government regulation. I know for many vehicles it is. I don't know the total reason, don't ask me the law. Nonetheless, that's my guess. Coming back here, you have just a little duckbill spoiler. It is small, but it does definitely help the look of the vehicle. While we're back here, if you would like to get into the trunk, it is power. You just press in on the Mercedes-Benz emblem, up it goes. Now, to give you some size, right? I've got 2 golf bags in here. One fits kind of at an angle. The other one fits just straight across here. It's a little snug for that, but I will put here on the screen for you the actual trunk space. Okay, time to step into the inside. Is it easy to get in or not? Well, we're about to find out. Just before we step on the inside, it does have the puddle lamps for the Mercedes-Benz, really, really bright and really big. Like, just as comparison, I'll put my foot here. You can see just how big that is. It is really cool at night. And again, just taking a look at the headlamps, I know it's not nighttime right now, but just looking at the LED runners and kind of the appearance it gives, definitely pretty cool. I turned the overhead garage light off. The other one over there is still on, but so it's a little bit dark. Just hang with me for just a second. I want to go over some of the lighting, which will look pretty good. Then we'll turn it back on, have a little better lighting. Nonetheless, getting in the vehicle, let's test that. So coming in, I think it's pretty easy to get in. You just kind of fall in. Again, a little bit low to the ground, but not bad at all. Now, if we look over my shoulder right here, the one thing I want to show you is the little seatbelt assist. So get out of the way, shut this. Hopefully you can see that. It comes out for you. So it actually is pretty nice because usually you're kind of like fighting way back there. Yes, of course, that motor eventually, there may be something. I know in the comments someone will be like, that's just another thing to break. That's not the concern if you're buying this car. To be honest, like if I'm buying this car, I'm not concerned about that. Not a big deal. Matter of fact, I love the convenience of that. It is a really, really nice feature that honestly I wouldn't have thought of, but Mercedes-Benz did. All right, now that we're in here, let's just press this. I'm not turning it on yet, so no one panic. Check out the lighting. Have it down on the feet, got it all the way around, every vent, you've got it up above, checking over to our right, like it looks so good. Absolutely love the way it looks in here. Okay, I have the lights back on in the garage. As you can see up there, I'm sure the lighting is much better in here. But I wanted to at least show you what this looks like. And even with the lights on, like you can see how bright the ambient lighting is. Of course, you can change that through the settings. Nonetheless, we will get to just a couple of things in there. But let's look out in front here. We do have a nice screen for instrument cluster. Over here on the top left is how you can change it. If you just hit the home button, you can kind of scroll through as to what you want. You have a classic, sport, navigation. I just leave it on navigation, so it does generally match just what I like to do. Typical Mercedes-Benz, been that way for as long as I can personally remember. Having the drive select up here on the stock, down is drive, up is reverse, hitting in. On the end is park. Now, this one is equipped with the driver assist. So basically it'll stay dead center of the lane for the lane centering, and it also has the adaptive cruise control, and it is stop and go as well. So that is a package to get all of that. So it's optional, it is there. This vehicle is equipped with heated seats. However, there is an option for ventilated seats. There's also an option for massaging seats. Tester today does not have those. It does have the Burmeister speakers, which sound really good. All of your mirror controls are down here, windows, and then your trunk is all the way down there. Lighting is over here on the left. Now, jumping around, I know, back over to the steering wheel, right side is some of your media controls. And then this up here is actually going to control over on the right. So your hand doesn't even have to leave the steering wheel. You can go through all of the things. So if I hit home, you're going to see it takes you to home. I can scroll through, let's say we want to go to comfort, right? You can go through different stuff. They do have seat kinetics already, which some people think is a massaging seat. It's not. It's basically just moving all of your lumbar. When you buy the massagers, it's literally like little balls and it kneads into your back. I've had some Mercedes-Benz testers with those, and they are really, really nice. Now, while we're on the subject, there is dual zone climate, which is nice. Let's hit home. Let's hit it one more time, and just to give you like kind of like how it swipes and everything, like it is lightning fast. Like it is really, really quick and easy to use as far as that goes. Now into settings, again, just wanted to touch on like the lights. You can go to ambient lighting, manage settings, and here you have a plethora. I want to say it's like 64 colors, don't hate me. You can also do multicolor, so if we like, you know, change it up in here, like let's do, I don't know, the blue is definitely the brightest, but you can definitely change it to whatever you want. There is a buku of options, as you can see as I kind of go through them. Nonetheless, you can also change the brightness, so they're not even as bright as they can go. So we can go all the way up to 20, or you can make them very subtle, right? So you can probably see pretty easily just how all of that is, and that's really majority of what I wanted to show in the screen, to be honest. Everything else is just personal custom settings as to how you would like to set it up. If we went through more than that, we'd probably be here all day. Now, if we press this little button here with the car, you have the heads up display. You can turn that on and off pretty quickly, which is out in front of us. Hopefully you can see it. It's like right on a white garage, which you can kind of see a piece right on the metal. Nonetheless, it is really big heads up display, so that's nice to have. You can see active lane keep assist, active steering as they call it, and active lane change is on as well. So like, let's say I have it set at 75 miles an hour. I'm cruising straight ahead and there's a car way up in front of me, but nobody's in the middle lane to the left. Without you doing anything, it will automatically put the blinker on and it will change lanes for you to avoid slowing down for the car up in front of you. So that is what auto lane change is. If you don't like it, turn it off, not a big deal. And then you've got other settings, vehicle settings, stuff that you would just like to go through. Nonetheless, and your seatbelt feeder, you can even turn that off. So if you don't want to wear out the motors, whatever, turn it off, not a big deal. Totally customizable, which is nice. Up here, engine start stop as it says, and then down below is the auto stop. I always turn that off, to be honest, that's just me. Looking down below for where it says dynamic, those are your different drive modes. Vehicle's not on right now, but nonetheless, those are your different drive modes. You can customize them however you would like. Hit the little camera button here. Oh, maybe turn it on one more. There we go. So camera through camera, it's honestly probably not going to look all that clear, but it is absolutely ridiculous how clear the cameras are in Mercedes-Benz. I'm a huge fan. Drag it around however you want. You can click a camera angle, whatever you like to do. Cameras are definitely there. Moving on down, you've got 2 cup holders. This is removable. You can take this out. 2 USB-Cs, which are down there, and a wireless charging pad. My Ultra does fit, so the biggest possible. So even if you have the biggest iPhone, it will fit. I'm not gonna lie, that is not the most convenient place. Kind of a pain in the butt, right? Like there's not much space if you leave these in, so that you're kind of coming down. You gotta kind of like wiggle it out. I don't know, not the best place, to be honest. I don't even really use it. What I find myself doing is I generally just leave it right there. That's really where I leave that. Back here, press the button. This is your center console. You could probably fit, I don't know, 2 tissue boxes or so, another 2 USB-Cs. Just taking a quick look at the seats in the back. Yeah, it's kind of dark back there. Maybe you can see there is definitely more room behind my seat. Hopefully you can see that. I'm 5'9". See the ambient lighting back there. It's more, there's definitely more space than like a Mustang or a Camaro. There's no question. I've got a Camaro over there. I own one. So there's definitely more space than that. But if you have like 2 tall people front and back, probably not gonna, it's probably gonna be pretty cramped. But like 2 of me, like 5'9", you'd probably be fine. I think you'd be comfortable. Looking at these seats for the front, you can see, I think they look really good. I love the design and they are very comfortable. All right, enough yapping inside. Let's get this out on the road. And for anything interior, and I say it at the end of the video as well, if you guys have any comments, just drop them down below. I obviously am not perfect, so if I'm missing something or whatever, just comment down below, try to respond to you. Getting the CLE300 out on the road. So I've already put probably about 60 miles on it roughly over the course of my time. I'm not doing this at the end of the week. This is like day 3, 4, I don't know, somewhere in there. Nonetheless, it is, I've enjoyed my time with it so far, to be honest. So Mercedes-Benz, obviously, I expect a little bit of the luxury side of things. However, this is a little bit more of a sporty sedan, right? Like, even though this isn't the true AMG version, which is, I think, the 450. I'm going off the top of my head here. But nonetheless, it feels sporty, but it still is very comfortable. It's quiet. It's refined. Even at speeds of 80 miles an hour, you're just cruising down the road. And the one big takeaway I have, honestly, and I'm very impressed, and you guys probably saw in my garage, I own a 2017 Acura NSX, seamless windows. Seamless windows, meaning just the window seals up against this pillar. Generally at highway speeds, there's some wind noise. It's just usually part of it. However, this vehicle, nope, it is quiet. Like next to none. And even yesterday on the freeway, like it was windy. So I was very impressed. That was a huge key takeaway for me because seamless windows usually very, very good in this vehicle. So the seals, the engineering, everything they've done, real good. Blind spots, it is a coupe. So over to our left, there's a window back there. It does help some, but the pillar is kind of there. Definitely a blind spot. Over to our right, again, tiny window. Yes, no, you know what I mean? Like there's obviously a blind spot. So just be careful, know what you're doing. Obviously, again, I've already mentioned, I own a Camaro. It's literally one of the worst, if not the worst vehicle ever with a blind spot. You just kind of get used to tracking vehicle in your mirrors. This does have blind spot monitoring if you so need it. So keep that in mind. Acceleration is important. Again, 0 to 60 is about 6 seconds flat, and it definitely does have passing power. Like you hit it, and you can see, I'm not exaggerating, that's how much it put me back in the seat. I feel very comfortable at freeway speeds, even having to pass. No issues. As far as noise goes, from the other categories, because again, there's wind, there's tire, and there's engine noise. I pretty much always talk about those 3. Wind noise, in my opinion, very, very good. Tires, they're a little bit noisy. Again, it is a little on the sporty side. That's what this vehicle is. At least it is, in my opinion. And then the other one is engine noise. I think, again, I can't swear by this. I tried to do some homework on this. I can't necessarily find it. But I don't really see anywhere stating it, but I think it's piped in like a fake sound, to be honest. Like, I do hear a little bit of the engine noise, but I'm pretty sure there is some fake noise as well. Don't even know if you can turn that off if that is the case. Nonetheless, it's only really on like pretty hard acceleration, like just cruising along. Obviously it's not there, so I don't really mind it, but it's there. As far as handling goes, very impressed. It is really fun to throw this car around. It is slightly on the heavy side, but it feels really good. Transmission smooth, everything is seamless. Talking on the active lane centering, it is really good. I was very impressed yesterday, and I've already talked on the active lane change. The first time, so this is the first vehicle I've had with this, I do believe. Don't quote me on that, because I might have had it before and I just did not use it. But the active lane change is actually pretty cool. I didn't realize what it was doing at first. I was like, why did my blinker just turn on? And then I was like, oh, this is equipped with the automatic. And I saw a vehicle way out in front of me, and it was clear to my left, so it was trying to get me around without touching the brakes, basically, which made total sense. I felt safe. Like, there was no reason as to why it wasn't. So very impressed with the lane centering on this vehicle. Adaptive cruise control also very well, very maintained. So again, definitely happy with it. It did really, really good. And the seats over, you know, like a 60, 70 mile drive, they were comfortable. Even being a little bit on the sporty side, I was impressed with how comfortable I was, because they don't necessarily feel the softest, but they actually did really well for me. And honestly, the other thing is, like, the exterior looks of this vehicle, I think, look really, really good. There's some people staring at it. They were like, man, you know, you could just tell they're, man, that's a nice car. Not that anything Mercedes-Benz puts out that isn't nice, but some of them, in my opinion, like the old like 300s, they're okay. To me, it was just an average car, like as far as looks go, but this, to me, is a very good looking car. And obviously other people think so as well, because even just driving around, like I said, there was people looking at it, they were like, man, that's pretty sharp. So yes, this car is not cheap, but it does not feel cheap either. From the materials to the way it drives, it all feels very refined. And the 4MATIC, like if I just hit it and get it, like it 100% has just grip. And I absolutely love that it is all-wheel drive as well. Really helps coming into some turns and stuff like that. As far as the different drive modes go, you've got 4 different ones. You've got Sport, Comfort, Eco, and Individual. Individual is you can go through the screen, you can customize it kind of like how you want it and everything. So I haven't messed with that just because as a tester, there's no reason for me to set it up, but you can change everything you want. There is a big difference in input, just from Sport to Comfort, from the steering wheel, the suspension, and then obviously acceleration as well, right? Like it's always holding a better gear, lower gear I should say, and it's poised, it's ready to go. So there is a big difference in programming between the 4, and I think they've done a really good job. It's kind of funny, I think my biggest complaint on this car, honestly, and again, it's not a big deal, I really don't use them, but I can see people that do use them are going to be a little irritated, is the wireless phone charger. It's just not in a convenient spot. It's all the way up in there. You got to really fumble with your phone to get in there. I don't know. I mean, I get it. In theory, you should just be putting it in there once and then you're getting out of the vehicle whenever you leave. But even still, it's just not the most convenient. So that's honestly my biggest complaint. And if that's my biggest complaint, they've done a really good job. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Next video is going to be 5 things to love, 5 things to improve. If I'm missing anything, again, comment down below. I am happy to respond. I try to respond to every single person best I can. So, as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.